Hey gang, welcome back to the channel. First of all, sorry that the racing videos ended so abruptly. We had a pretty hard stop to the season, but we figured we'd go out on a ride today, kind of talk you through it, reflect on it a little bit. We're on the road bikes today because Anna recently fell off her cross bike and broke it, so... Again. For how many times this season? So we will overlay some of the footage from us racing throughout the season to keep it a bit more interesting for you guys. And we also went to the end of season awards last night. So big thank you to London South East Cyclocross League for putting it on and for giving me and Anna a nice award for being around and making the videos. So stick to the end to see what goes into that. If you are new to the channel, definitely subscribe. If you've just recently subscribed because of the Pennine Rally videos, don't worry, we plan to have lots more gravel stuff coming, as well as road, cross, track, mountain bike, everything. Hit that subscribe button and come with us for a ride. So Anna's just started some threshold intervals. We've got about 8 minutes climbing, and I get to sit on and get sprayed by water, which is fun. Yeah, I think we've got 4 sets of 8 minutes or so up this climb. Whoa. Here we are, 3 down. How was that one?
Fine, yeah. Fine. I really like riding a bike. It makes me feel all happy inside. I just finished my intervals, which also answers why I stopped racing. I love racing. I love racing regardless of how strong I am. I always say you don't have to be fast to enjoy it, and I like fully believe in that. But also, sometimes it does suck to be at the back of the race, especially when you put so much into it, and especially when you've been ill for 4 years. You are previously very strong and all of that and whatever. It's like, it's mentally tough, right? I don't think that's unreasonable to say. And so I just got a bit sick of it. Like, physically, amazingly, I am still like so enthusiastic, but mentally I just lost it. I was like, I want to go back to building my legs. I can drop the pressure, enjoy riding my bike for a bit, and just focus on getting stronger and building for, yeah, like longer term things. This past season was never about like performance. I got as much out of the racing that I could, and now I'm like, okay, let's look at next season. Next year's gonna be my year. I'm just gonna keep saying that every single year. In terms of my race positioning, by the end of the season, like I was almost back to where I was before I got ill. Not thanks to being anywhere close to the same powers, but for being better experience, better skill. So I'm kind of hopeful that longer term I can overtake my previous self, chopper self. Power wise, I was still getting better with every race. Part of me is like, oh, maybe I can still get those gains through racing, but I think I get like disproportionately fatigued. I mean, I think we all do, but me even more so. I want to build more strength while minimizing fatigue, because that's what limits me before anything else. What about you?
What about me, huh? So I got injured. I banged my knee quite hard whilst going to the laundrette. Fun.
Sick. Dangerous stuff.
Yeah, I know. So I banged my knee and ended up like bruising the bone, which basically meant that I couldn't walk for a week, and I haven't been able to ride properly for 6 weeks or so. So that very definitively like ended the season. There was no questions about it.
You were also kind of tiring out then. You didn't really mind that you got an injury.
No,
I mean, you did. It was unpleasant, but
it was very unpleasant. But it was also like the end of the year. I'd kind of achieved everything I'd wanted to have achieved. Got my best results and everything, but it just felt like towards the end I was just kind of doing it to do it. I don't know if I was necessarily enjoying it as much. I was getting very burnt out quite easily, physically and mentally. Much like Anna, it kind of felt like a really good time to stop and reset. I'm working with a coach next year, so hopefully this year we decided that having a good reset and starting again was really the best thing. So called it there. Haven't really ridden for
a month.
It's been maybe 2 months since we last really did anything serious, which is a long time. But we're back, and that's quite nice. It's very easy to forget that just going out for a bike ride is quite nice sometimes.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
I love riding my bike.
What did you hate about your season?
Okay, so I'll keep this to things I can control, because obviously, fundamentally, I hated that I'm still weak. But I also feel like I've been doing everything I can to counter that. That's not something I can like have changed or do better. But there are definitely things that were within my control that meant I couldn't have better. So obviously, like, I fell off my bike a lot. I'm glad that I'm someone who takes risks. However, I do feel like sometimes I just needed to drop it. Regionals is such a good example because first lap, the rider in front of me on the off camber, and she's having trouble there. So obviously like the sensible thing is to just dismount and run. But in my head, I'm like, I can do that. So I like try and do it. And that's when I banged my knee and like pretty much wrote off the rest of my race. But then I continued to do it every lap. I was like, I'm gonna do it now. But I think that was kind of part of, because it went wrong first time round, I got even more determined to like prove that I could do it. Even that, like, it's just not sensible, like just run.
No, I don't know, because you can do it. And like trying to do it does make sense. Not always, and sometimes you need to analyze the situation and be like, I'm not going to get a good chance to do this.
Sometimes I think like in a race situation, it's just not always worth the risk. Just generally, like I think I need to refine my technique. I think that is where I'm always going to get the most gains from myself, but it needs a lot of work. I'm not going to beat myself up about Canada Heights. I really do think that race was different. My brain wasn't happy, and I don't mean like my mental, I mean like my physical brain.
Your ill brain.
My sick brain, like I was having symptoms which made that whole race really difficult. So like one massive positive to take away from the season was it was my fitness that was the issue, it was my strength that was the issue, whereas last season it was like symptoms. But Canada Heights specifically, that felt like that was the one race where it was like symptoms, not being weak.
What are you doing? Oh, look at them.
What did you hate about your cross season?
I guess the main thing was just the like mega burnout that I had after the national trophy. You know, we had regionals, which was a really hard race. We had the Hog Hill Double, which was 2 quite hard races. It got to the point after that I couldn't like bring myself to ride. I didn't want to touch a bike.
So you want to be a bit more consistent over the whole season?
Yeah, exactly. Not quite so all or nothing. Maybe I don't need to be training hard every week. I can take it easy with still race. I don't want to miss out on racing, but it does have to be sustainable. And then the other thing is that I found when the pressure was on, my technicality disappeared. And the prime example is the National Trophy cyclocross, like open course. Honestly, I don't think I've ever ridden that good in my life. Like nailed tricky off cambers, dismounting everywhere I needed to. Like it was amazing. And in the race, probably the worst I've ever ridden in my life. So it just allowed the pressure of everything to get to me.
Yeah, you were like a different rider.
I fell off so much. I was awful.
I think that's hard though, isn't it? Cool, man. What did you love about your cross season?
I was strong. I felt strong. I did really well in some races. My approach to racing was so much better. Having chatted to Honor quite a bit about it, it was less dog brain, as she calls it. It was a bit more
thought out, less like all gas all the time. Ride well, ride smart, not just riding hard. Snack stop. All right, let's talk about some positives. So first of all, I was about to point to it, but it's not it. The Crux. New bike for this season was amazing, obviously. Incredible, wonderful. Such a highlight. I absolutely love that bike. Quite attached to it. Like with myself, just generally feeling so much healthier and stronger. Less symptoms, like I say, like just I'm weak, but I was healthy, you know, which is amazing, incredible. I'm so like proud of my body. Like I finished every race and was like, good job, body. It surprised me every time. It had its moments, obviously. Considering where I was a few years back, where I was genuinely unsure whether I'd ever be able to race again, to have raced nearly every weekend since the season began, I'm like so proud of myself, and that is just like a massive positive. And like it would be unfair to like assess my season beyond that, really, when that was the main goal for me and I achieved that. So that's great and I'm proud. But it's just me being like, oh, but I could have done this better, I could have done this better. But like, actually, no, like, I did exactly what I wanted to do. Yeah, it's a shame I'm not faster, but I did all I could, I think. I did ride technically better, I think, than the year before. Something positive that has come out of me being ill and being weak is that, like, I understand the value of good riding. Constantly feeling like I need those gains in technical skill. It means I have to get them. It means I learn them. In a way, it's like accelerated that side of my riding. And I am riding better. I'm definitely riding better. Still need to fall off my bike less. Positives. I never hurt myself, which is good. I fell off my bike a lot, but like it was fine. I think our race day routines got a lot better. And that's something, again, like I'm so happy to like bank that, and now we take that into next season where I am feeling stronger, and like I feel like we're all set up now. Things like nutrition, like we know what's good for us to eat the night before, the day of, before racing, after racing, like things like that, those little processes, like we've finally got them nailed, and that's good because it's just one less thing to worry about.
So there are some things that we need to do better still. We can always improve. Some skills that we need to work on. I know Honor definitely wants to master off cambers. That was kind of like the big battle of this year, and you did a lot better.
It was the big battle of every year, right?
Yeah, no, we've got a lot of progress at Hog Hill, but
Yeah.
we can always get better. I need to get my starts better. I think that's somewhere where I lack a little bit.
Same, to be honest.
Yeah, we both want to work on barriers. I want to get jumping them. And Honor
I would
does
also
too,
like to get jumping
but
them, but-
let's be a bit realistic.
Whoa!
Let's learn to bunny hop first, and then we can think about bunny hopping 40s.
I want to be able to like bunny hop small obstacles. Like
Yeah.
I feel like 40 centimeter hurdles are a bit ambitious for now, but like I want to be making those baby steps.
Start with a curb.
Yeah, I can
Work.
get, you should have seen me earlier, man. I flew up that.
We could do with some more rice pudding recipes so we don't get bored. So if anyone's got a good rice pudding recipe, leave it in the comments down below. The absolute one thing that we need to improve on more than anything else is a more robust muddy hell costume.
Yeah, that's true.
You've got to make it through like one lap next year.
I made it through almost one lap.
Almost. So let's have one lap.
We go a bit smaller next year.
I think smaller, stiffer, sexier.
Firmer, sexier. I'll be a sexy Ronnie Pickering. When like reviewing and reflecting a season, it is easy to dwell on the negatives. But,
yeah, massively.
Like on the whole, yeah, absolutely had the best time, best races. I absolutely love racing my bike, but I am also like hypercritical of myself.
And you know, you're always going to be if you want to get better and better.
But I think it's really important that we talk about what we love as well. So what did we love?
I loved racing my first ever national trophy. It is the highest level of race I've ever raced.
For how long?
For 34 minutes. Amazing thing to have done, but I want to do more of it and do more of it better.
What about Hog Hill on the second day? You nailed that race.
Somehow, I don't know how. All of next year is going to be just recapturing that.
Well, it helped that you...
Push everyone off.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that helped massively.
You didn't push anyone off, but you did lead all of your competitors into the ground.
Into traps, and booby trapped them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, did really well, and it's like they're the sort of things that I really need to focus on.
How can I wipe out more of my fellow riders?
No, but I was riding really well that day, and
Yeah,
it's just
you
kind of let's try and recapture that.
My favourite race was Summerhill, for sure. I think it's probably like the best course of the series. We spoke about that at the time. It's just got a bit of everything, and I love the way that like you go through the course and there's like distinct sections and like something different is testing you on each part of the lap. It was also like my favourite race in terms of how I rode. I told myself to like ride under in terms of my power, but to really concentrate on riding smoothly, and I think I just need to do that, which is hard because I am weak, and so it's hard to go ride even slower. But like actually, if that enables me to ride really smoothly, which on that day it did, and on that day I think it's probably like, I don't know if it's my best result, but it felt like my best result. Some credit to me for managing to keep my brain in check that day, but also a lot of credit to the organisers for an incredible course. We both loved Crystal Palace for the vibes, obviously. I don't think it was the best course this year, if I'm honest, but like, doesn't even matter because it's Crystal Palace. And we both had a very fun day out. Even though that course really didn't suit me as well because it had like quite a long drag. But again, like that, it was kind of fast and flowy on the other sections, which I'm finding, I think that is where I'm good. There was one more thing that I did want to do a little bit better, which is believing in my strength a bit more, because like, it's hard when you know you're weaker, and especially when you know you're weaker than you used to be by like a long way. It's really hard then in race scenarios to like believe in the power that you do have. And so I would just fall into situations where like I would just let people come past, because in my head I'm like, I'm weak now and that's me and that's fine. But I want to get a bit of fight back, even though I know I'm weaker. I want to still feel like I can beat girls.
Beat 'em up.
Because rationally, obviously, like, it's a spectrum, and there are girls that are weaker than me, and I can be stronger than them. And just because I'm not as strong as I used to be doesn't mean I can't be stronger than that girl. But in my head, I just let them go, which hopefully should come easier next year anyway, because I will have a bit more power behind it, and I'm gonna be like, well, I know I can beat you now because I've got 10 more watts than last year. What was your favorite race of the season, of your season? Yeah, we want to know, what did you love about your season? What did you hate? But more importantly, what did you love? Because I'm finding that harder to think about. And obviously, like, the season was amazing. So the biggest thank you to the organizers, the race venues, and everyone who raced, and everyone who didn't mind us putting a camera on you. If anyone did mind, like, I'm sorry, and you can always tell us not to, and that's fine. And thank you for watching. And there'll be more videos next year. Do I look like a heart?
Yes.
Great.
And a big thank you to all of the brands who have supported us throughout the year. So a big thank you to Halo Wheels, Challenge Tyres, Specialized, Attacker, Pure Sport, Moju and Sanas. Go down in the description, check all of them out. There's a few discount codes down there as well which you can use, and we'll see you next year. No, we won't. We'll see you actually quite shortly when we start racing like road bikes and stuff, but all you crossers, we'll see you next year.
This year?
Next season. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Like a TikTok,
like an unboxing.
Like, yeah. Well done, Emma. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
I feel like this can bring closure to the Emma side of this season. Emma won the league. She won the.
That was I felt really embarrassed when I had said that in that video, because I was like, is it really bad if I don't win it? And I did win it.
And you did?
Yeah.
No embarrassment.
What I didn't do is bring Evie with me today.
Oh, you're precious. You're so precious. I'm so proud of you.